Well, a massive search for 13 members of what police are calling a cult-like group finally came to an end. 5 adults and 8 children were found praying in a park near Los Angeles. 2 of the husbands of the women involved reported them missing on Saturday. They were very concerned. They said that they believed that their families had been brainwashed by a group leader, sparking fears of a possible suicide pact, and that set in motion this heated search for this crew. Now, Tom Caniff is a former prosecutor. He joins me this morning on this. Dr. Keith Ablow is a psychiatrist and a member of the Fox News Medical A-Team. Good to see you both this morning. You know, this is such a disturbing story, Dr. Ablow. These men were obviously panicked. They found letters that said that these women and children were going to join their relatives in heaven. No wonder they were worried.
No wonder, right. Letters, deeds to homes, possessions left behind. And so, with good reason, they panicked, and they set in motion the proper things to unfold that would safeguard, hopefully, the well-being of their children and their wives.
And it was a big relief when these people were found. Nobody knows whether they, scuttled a plan that they had in the works and decided not to do it. But Tom, what about the safety of these children?
Well, that's the paramount concern, obviously, Martha. I think what's probably going to take place now is a protracted investigation, both by local law enforcement authority and also by Child Protective Services in California. You're going to see an extensive set of interviews, not only with the parents, but particularly with the kids themselves. Especially, my understanding is a few of these kids were in the early to late teens. What they have to say about what exactly did or did not go on during this sort of multi-day retreat, we'll call it, because we don't know a lot more about the details at this point, is going to be very, very relevant in determining whether we might see criminal charges in this particular case.
Yeah, Dr. Ablow, for these people, this is a religion. Other people look at this and they're nervous. It looks dangerous. It looks like a cult.
Yeah, and listen, the people who are attracted to cults tend to be people who are either suffering with depression or, for whatever reason, want to give up all control of their existences, not unlike taking a drug, so that you don't have to be present in your own life. Then it becomes very dangerous because the cult leader, who, after all, in this case, she's been committed to a psychiatric facility, found unable to care for herself. That's who's leading this group.
Yeah.
So absolutely the authorities should be interviewing those adults and those children very carefully, and the kids shouldn't go home to be supervised by those women.
You know what? It's the best part of this is that it's shown a light on this group and brought a lot of attention to it, and hopefully the husbands and the rest of these families can corral these people back into the safety and security of their own home. I want to get a quick thought from both of you on this one. This is the Kentucky man that we were talking about who's using caffeine as a defense. He's suspected of strangling his wife. His name's Woody Smith. He faces murder charges. Says he was basically hyped up on soda and diet pills. Tom, any validity to that kind of defense?
Martha, if this is his best defense, he needs to think long and hard about hiring a new defense attorney. I've never heard anything even resembling a defense like that. I mean, we have seen cases. There's been a lot of litigation on the criminal and the civil side recently regarding antidepressants like Zoloft and so forth, where you can actually put on medical evidence showing that a particular drug affects people's ability to make rational choices, the mens rea, which is the buzzword in criminal cases,
right,
particularly in first-degree murder cases. But the idea that someone is too hopped up on a stimulant to appreciate the nature of their actions, that somehow that's going to provide a defense in a murder case, it's absurd.
All right, I got to go. But Dr. Ablow, caffeine as a defense, can it have that kind of impact on anybody's brain?
Remotely possible that diet pills and caffeine could precipitate a manic episode, the opposite of depression, cause irritability, aggression. Remotely
right,
possible.
Okay, Dr. Keith Ablow and Tom Caniff, thank you, gentlemen. Always
Thanks,
good
Martha.
to see you both.
Thanks, Martha.
While you guys were talking.